so excited to be chatting with you. And I'm happy to be chatting with you because you have new music and a new album, not just a song or a collab. But first of all, how are you? How was your summer?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's so nice to speak to you and hear your voice again. And how was my summer? My summer was pretty crazy, I'm sure, as everyone else's summer has been. Just like a really kind of reflective time. And I guess it also was really amazing too because I kind of moved in with my girlfriend and I was with her parents in Miami and we were learning how to cook for the first time and like do laundry for the first time.
Oh
And it
boy.
was, yeah, it was, I mean, we've been both touring since we were like 15 years old. So this is a big deal, you know? And it was really beautiful. But at the same time, there was this like real sense of panic, which was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to make an album, and make these songs while this is happening. And funnily, I think that the more I was able to find clarity and relax and look around at the world around me and also my life, I was able to start journaling concepts for an album. And that's why Wonder was kind of made, was inside of a journal, which was basically me reflecting on life and my own and the world around me. And so in a lot of ways it's been scary and hard, but in a lot of ways it's been beautiful and healing, which is weird to say, you know, but it's true.
Yeah. So this was always the plan, was to work on an album this summer, or did that just sort of happen because you can't really do
No,
a
that
whole lot else?
well, that was the plan. I was supposed to work on an album this summer, except what ended up happening was I didn't have a studio. All I had was a journal at my girlfriend's parents' house in Miami, and it was the best case scenario for finding the real me in the music, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, I love that. Well, talk to me about the single and sort of how it represents the album, because the album is of the same title, right?
It's the title track to the album. I guess, you know, I guess what I would say is that first of all, the song it definitely is. I don't know how many times you've heard it or what, but
Twice at
it
this point, but by the time this
twice.
airs, probably 100.
Right. Okay, good. So it's like a stream of consciousness, really. There's so many layers to the song and what I'm talking about. And I think something that happened to me over the last 6 months, but not only that, but over the last year, was I realized that you don't really have to be an expert when it comes to matters of the heart to write about it and to talk about it. I think that I learned that every single person has this very, very, very well working thing inside of them that tells them like, this is wrong, this is right, this is bad, and this is good. And I started to feel at 22 that, you know, I want to just say some things. I talk about how I've had a filter in the past and I wanted to clear that. I want to just like be the most real and honest and human as I possibly can be in my music and as a person moving forward, even on the conversation with you right now. And this song actually was wrote after some songs, but ended up becoming the essence of what I wanted the album to stand for, which was, in one word, I would say probably freedom and love, and that's two words, but you know what I mean. So
I love that. How should we listen to the album? Because sometimes artists like you to start at the first track and go, and then others are like, whatever mood you're in. If you're into the slow song, listen to that
I,
today.
I think both. I think it's amazing. I think you should always give the start at track one and listen to the whole thing a shot, because it is curated, I hope, by 99% of artists to bring you in on a journey and a world. And if you let yourself be taken, you will kind of you're going to get more out of it if you listen song by song like that. But at the same time, I do understand that like we all have like a 30-second attention span when it comes to music before we want to change the track. So go ahead and play whatever mood you're in.
Yeah, I love that. And you wrote the album. Did some of this recording or writing happen in Big Sur, California? Is that what I'm hearing?
Totally. I mean, a lot of the conceptualizing happened in a bedroom in Miami, but then the recording happened in Big Sur, California, which was a crazy experience because we were on the edge of the coast and the waves were like insane. And at nighttime, it would become really calm and serene. And the album you can feel that there's like a huge juxtaposition between the first verse of Wonder and the outro. First verse is quiet and intimate, and by the time you're in the outro, it's like the gods of fire and storm have been let loose, so.
Do you have plans for the release day or a way that you're going to celebrate or anything? Or will you sort of be online, like talking to fans?
I'll be talking to fans. I'll be online talking to fans. There's an amazing video that we've recorded. There's a lot of amazing artwork and stuff that I really kind of want to speak for itself. I'm going to write a little letter and kind of just be there watching and listening. But I really do want this album to speak for itself, because it really is something I've been working on for a long time, and also something I've wanted to make for an even longer time. So it deserves a moment to shine. I'm going to step back and let it do its thing,
Yeah. Did you work with anyone we would know on this album like you have in the past?
Yeah, definitely. And I actually don't want to tell you because I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel like there's maybe a collab or something we're going to hear versus like find out someone like helped write or produce it, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true.
Yeah. How does your excitement for this album compare to your last albums? Because even just hearing your voice, like it sounds like you just are this album, or maybe this album just is you.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think, but yeah, I am. I'm living Wonder, and I'm so excited. I think I'm really hoping that it can like really kind of bring out some joy and peace to people, because I know it's been a really hard year for everyone. So if this even for a couple weeks brings some love to people, then it's really doing its thing, even if it does it for 2 minutes, so I'm just excited for it to kind of finally come out. We've been working really hard on it for months and months now.
Yeah, it's such a weird time to release music, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of us are just like binging shows on TV and waiting for new music. Like that's the focus of entertainment. Yeah,
It's like the weirdest time to release it, but also the most necessary time to release it.
exactly. Well, before I let you go, what are your plans for the rest of the year? A couple of months left.
I don't know. I think, it's weird, like trying to figure out how all the family's going to get together for Christmas and stuff. And I mean, Halloween's coming up, and I'm a massive Halloween fan, so I'm probably going to start carving pumpkins tomorrow. It's not even October yet, but I'll start carving pumpkins. So I don't know. I'm going to just try my best to go with the flow. I've had to do that this year more than ever, so I'm not going to stop now.
Yeah, I didn't know you were into Halloween. Do you have a costume picked out already?
I don't have a costume. It's actually, my parents kind of celebrated their anniversary on Halloween. As I was a kid growing up, they would always throw like a little party, and my dad would spend weeks decorating the front lawn and the garage and like the inside of the house. It was probably a little traumatizing and scary, but at the same time, it gave me this insane imagination and excitement for Halloween that I just don't think ever is going to leave me at this point, to be honest.
Well, thank you so much. It's good to hear from you. Congrats. I'm excited for the new album. And
Thanks, Candace.
yeah, good to talk to you. Thanks,
You
guys.
too. Have a good one.